from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's Week 17 of the NFL.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to go offensively for the first time with Gardner Minshew, former 6th-round pick at QB.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Minshew to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Complete to Josh Oliver.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun is Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Waiting for it back deep, Antonio Callaway. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Patriots take over. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all. And you and I both know this about this division. it's been wide open and extremely competitive than it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
From the 10, first and goal. Here's Minshew. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
Jaguars 3, Patriots nothing.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
A loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. They'll look to throw here to Michelle on the screen. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
First and 10 at their own.
The Jaguars getting set to go. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Lawrence Guy make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Minshew sets to throw. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England trying to get to place on offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the defense.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
The ball carried.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 16. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Minshew. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 4 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
The ball carrier.
The numbers a week ago for Michelle. 23 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 43-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. You're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Patriots nothing.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Patriots send out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
Minshew's pass.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Minshew sacked by Chase.
Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? Shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Michelle, and he's going to be met at about the 43.
26, Sony Michelle.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this underneath to Michelle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Michelle. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Complete to
his first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
New England.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Michelle on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
4 yards. It's 3rd.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Jags football again. DJ Chark ready to rock and roll. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable here for Callaway. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
2nd and 3.
He'll buy some time right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He can run for it, and he will. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. He may try and run for this. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 31-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score Jaguars 10, Patriots 6.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
Patriots 6.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. and that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Colin Kaepernick, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Tom Brady at it again, 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. New England trying to get to place on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Sony Michel on the carry.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On first down, Michel. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave them now with a 3rd down situation. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Patriots.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Slide, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The quarterback is sacked. A loss of 5.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he gets it down to the 32. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll bring them back within 4.
Jaguars 13, Patriots 9.
So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. And look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hands it off out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Number 25.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun is Minshew. On the slant, this is Chark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
The ball carrier.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
3rd and 5.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete.
shoes.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At their own 19.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He'll check this one down to Michelle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
New England.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they go from the 47 now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. He took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
By C.J. Henderson.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete.
The pass.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agree with me. That's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
Brings up 2nd and
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Now Minshew. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
44-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brings up.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Makes the score, Jaguars 16, Patriots 9.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game, all right? There's certain guys that maybe are starters, but maybe haven't played as much as other guys during the year. Maybe they still need their timing back. Other guys, you're going to put bubble wrap and put them on the sidelines and tell them, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. And he rifles one incomplete.
Intended.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 yards.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You
yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. The Patriots send out their punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
What the heck?
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Yards pickup brings up 2nd down at the 22-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The ball carrier.
The Jaguars on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is third down and 12. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
The Patriots take over.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one into the hands of Kane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To Michelle on the screen. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Rolling to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code. Yeah,
they'd been down there. They'd been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Gardner Minshew and the Jags ready to go on offense once again. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Minshew and Shark on the hookup there. First down, Jacksonville.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. It'll be Minshew again. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. Back-to-back reset. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michel. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Again, it's Michel. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Michel, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. And this one incomplete.
Intended for DJ.
And all that remains is 13 seconds.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Cook on to punt.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 22-yard line.
He'll look to throw. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And a Patriot first down.
They'll run on first down. Michelle, he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Michelle, the ball carrier.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here.
The quarterback.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal blocking the back. Offense.
Good job, man. Good job.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
In overtime. Today,
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special.